not smile when you hear that music because you know it means you're in for a treat. It must be time for another episode of the Rec Poker Podcast. Thanks for listening, folks. I'm your host, Jim Reed. As always, we're brought to you by Website Amp and Running Aces Hotel, Racetrack, and Casino. So once a month, we do a Rec Room edition of the podcast. That's what I'm joining you with today. Once a month, we take a premium member from Rec Poker and we put them behind the scenes in the Rec Room with someone from the Wrecking Crew. And you know by now, the Wrecking Crew is a bunch of Rec Poker wizards and folks that want to be a resource to other lovers of poker in the poker world. And we all have little promo pages on our Wrecking Crew membership. If you go to rec.poker/Jim Reed, you can learn all about me. If you go to rec.poker/John Somsky, you can learn about John Somsky, the great one. If you go to rec.poker/Rob Washam, you can learn about Rob Washam. If you go to rec.poker/PetVet, you can learn about Kim Kilroy, our newest Wrecking Crew member, Pet Vet herself. So if you're a premium member at rec.poker, all it takes is sending me an email, jim@rec.poker, and tell me which member of the Wrecking Crew you'd like to get together this month. And we'll put a little video like this together of you can bring any questions you have, if it's a hand history or you just want to talk about some part of poker strategy that's giving you fits. This is a place to take it to some people that might know. So in this case, we're actually doing a little behind the scenes look at a coaching session that I did with Matt, who's someone I've worked with a little here and there to get them on a good track for success when it comes to their poker study. And I will warn people there is some explicit language in this episode. Matt and I get kind of friendly and familiar while we're describing some events. And we're going to talk about a few different things while we go over some data in Poker Tracker. So while I think you'll all get something out of the audio version if you're listening along, you will probably get a little more information if you go to rec.poker and sign up for a community account. You can watch the episodes there for free, or you can go to our YouTube channel. Go look up the Rec Poker Community YouTube channel, and you can see all our free videos there, podcast episodes, and more. And I do ask you to subscribe to the channel if that's how you're finding this. So, without further ado, please enjoy this little behind the scenes look at my coaching session with Matt. Now, here's the thing. Okay, let's just go back to that for 1 second here.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about this. This player is going to have 12 big blinds behind, and you're going to have 50 big blinds behind. So for him, he's the effective stack.
Yeah.
For him, if he gets a pair, it's a no-brainer. He's going to get his chips in, and he doesn't care what happens, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of good for you, and it's kind of bad for you. It's good for you because you also get to take that because the effective short stack is now only 12 big blinds. That's a cap on how much you can lose here. But it also means that you kind of have to commit to losing those on the times when you get a pair and stack off against him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's why you're in the hand, to realize your equity. And if you lose another 12 big blinds, it's not like the end of the world, but you don't want to be necessarily inviting these opportunities to flip, for a quarter of your stack.
Yeah.
So
totally. If he has Queen Jack there and the board is 8 King Jack,
right.
So he has middle pair, he's going with it, and then I'm calling him because I have an 8.
Right. And it's like one of those hands where, now you got yourself in a spot where it's like, well, sure, now the right decision is to call because there's already so many chips in the middle. But yeah. I don't even know.
Think about that. I didn't even think about it though, It's good to think about that stuff.
Yeah, with the short stack stuff. And you see a lot of these a lot of this tournament play, when the big decisions are made, when the money matters, it's all short stack stuff anyway. So that's a big part of it. And it's great that you're getting that experience by late regging too.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I 3-bet here.
Yep. Don't have a lot of info on the guy, but I like using Ace Reg as a 3-bet candidate. It's got blockers.
Yeah.
Gets through.
And especially because I feel like people on here too, button ranges are so wide that my ace there I feel like is nutted
Right.
with against his
Right.
range. Against his
Yeah.
range, I can have
And
ace deuce.
yeah, I think as long as you're using like a mixed strategy with a lot of those offsuit aces, then I like
Hmm.
using them. I like using them as three betting bluff candidates to balance out your range, and
Yeah.
you can end up in some unexpected spots there. And I like three betting out of the small blind too. I think that's just a good way to express some strength there.
Yep.
So if he four bets, what's your play there?
Fold.
Yeah, great, excellent. Moving
Yeah,
on.
easy
Yeah,
fold.
good, 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 good. So that's a pretty big open. So the
Yeah.
big blinds only got 17 big blinds here. So like this guy, there's no reason for him to put all those extra chips in the middle.
No, I don't think he's thinking about it.
Right.
So
Well,
he's
we'll
gonna
find out now.
call.
So
Oh
maybe.
wow.
Oh, brutal
Oh
run
shit.
out.
That's sick. That's sick.
Yeah. So
That
he made
sucks.
maybe he was sizing up. Like you notice, as soon as he made the bet, I said that's kind of big, right? And he had ace king. So if he had, I would be surprised if he made that and he had like 8-7 or something. So you can tell that kind of stuff. Again, we've only got 20 hands on the
I
guy, but
remember this. I remember parkour too, and he got out, but he had 111 big blinds, but like he was playing ace X's like they're ace kings and ace queens and stuff. Like he
yeah,
with I saw him do it with some other really strange hands too. It's like, I mean, nice, you got the jack.
yeah, it worked
But
out.
how many times are you winning in that situation?
Yeah, yeah, nice, love that.
Oh, such a sexy hand.
Yeah, actually, ace nine suited is my favorite hand.
Really?
Yep,
Yeah, I think everyone has a favorite hand based on something that happened, right?
yep,
Or what it
yep.
is.
In a big tournament I played in many years ago, I totally butchered it, and I got it in bad, and I got it in bad with two pair on a flushed turn,
Oh my God.
and the guy had the flush, and the river
River
came
the boat.
the nine, and I
Oh,
continued in that tournament. I doubled up instead of losing in that tournament, but that was like the TSN turning point of that tournament.
that's really good.
Yeah. So
That's the best.
you gotta luck box. I
Oh,
don't
that
know.
happened to me in this tournament. Tens
uh,
versus aces. I hit my
Yeah,
10
I don't know anyone who's
against
won.
Busako.
Oh yeah.
I hated that guy. I wanted his chips.
Yep.
And
I
it was
think.
on the bubble.
Oh
Literally
no.
one to the money, and I had tens. And I told my friend, I said, I'm gonna bubble here. And I was just gonna fold the tens because I wanted the cash so bad because I didn't have a bankroll and I satellited in.
Yep.
And I wasn't gonna fold it though, but I was just saying that like I wanted to because I just want the cash. But I obviously had to re-raise. But I told him like, look, I'm gonna re-raise. Watch, I'm behind. And then the guy calls me with aces, and then boom. So here we have a spot here.
Yeah, so let's take this one back to the
Yeah.
flop here.
So
So no, I love that. And honestly, I was
oh
gonna say, no one I know has ever won a large field poker tournament without running good, without
yeah,
getting
yeah.
lucky a couple times. You can't win any real tournament without laying a bad beat on somebody. So,
You
it's
have
part
to,
of the
and you
game.
will get bad beat too.
And you will get beat the shit out of yourself. So
That's
you
why we
can't
build the
you can't.
stack, right?
Yeah, exactly. You got to absorb those bad beats.
Yeah,
Right on, man. Right on. Okay,
that's what
so
you
this
told me
one,
early on when we first started
yeah,
talking.
that's right. That's right. You got to build that up so you can absorb that.
Yeah,
So 2x, king four, queen four suited, love it. 24 big blinds, so he's getting short. So you can see, like right now, even with just a small open, it's basically 4x SPR. So
yeah,
he's going to be comfy getting it in here pretty wide. Uh, I think you're checking like 100% of the time. Do you donk much at all as a strategy?
I do lead, but
Yeah.
it's more so on boards from. So if he was raising from middle or early position,
Yep.
and the board comes 8-9-3, and
Yep.
I have ace eight or 10-8 or whatever, and a middle pair or even top pair there, that's vulnerable. If it's 6-3-7 and I land a six, or it's a 6-3 deuce and I land a six, and it's against an early middle position raise, I bet to protect and I'll donk sometimes in those situations because of my pair is so vulnerable that I don't want them to check back. and I want them to call with their high cards and then not hit.
Mhm.
And then, if sometimes I'll check raise, but not really with a weak pair like that. Sometimes,
And
it's
are you check raising other hands like draws and sets instead?
I
And
check raise. I check raise everything from flush draws are my favorite
yep,
to gutters,
yep.
depending on the board structure and depending on
Yeah,
who it
yeah,
is
yeah.
and their position. But if I'm like out of position, big blind, I call, I hit a gutter, and I feel that the board did not hit their range from wherever they raised from, I re-raise the gutters too.
Yep. Good. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
it's
and
just
and
as like a power move, but at least we have equity or whatever.
and then what about sets?
Sets. I try to, man, only if I think I need to work on my sets because I feel like they're so nutted all the time, but then I'm either not getting enough value or I'm letting the board run out scary.
Does it matter when you're thinking about it? Does it matter whether it's heads up or multi-way?
Oh, it does matter multi-way for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So heads up, I'll be a little bit more sticky with a set. I believe that depending on the board structure, obviously, but like if it flops, all diamonds, and I have a set of queens right here, and it's queen jack 10, all diamonds, even straight as well. So queen jack 10 right here. But imagine it's all diamonds, and I just
Yep,
have a set of queens, two red queens.
yep.
Um, or two black queens.
Yeah, I heard you.
I I'm gonna re-raise 100% of the time because I'm protecting. But then maybe not 100%. I don't know. Am I just kind of trying to get to the river? Like I don't, like I don't want to re-raise and then they hit their draw. I don't know.
This is
I want to see the situation.
and there's no the great thing about this is there's no right answer. A lot
Yeah.
of it's going to depend on the board, the opponents, the stack size. Like one of the things I love about poker is you can't have a cookie cutter answer for some of this stuff.
Yeah.
And what you can have is a way of thinking about it and a list of things to be paying attention to that when the time comes to make a decision, you're using good information, you're thinking about the factors that are relevant,
Hmm.
and you're able to just, especially online, you don't have time to sit there and think about all the different hand combos and like what was the action on every street. You really have to train yourself to be like, okay, this is what I'm paying attention to. These are the things I'm thinking about. Uh, this is what, I mean, this is how I'm going to use this 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Uh, do you do a lot of like hand ranging exercises or any hand ranging exercises? Are you
No,
familiar
I'd
with?
like to.
Yeah, okay. So I'll point you in some resources. I'll point you in the direction of some resources for that,
Okay.
because that's really valuable. And we're getting to the end of the hour, so I want to wrap up with
Yep.
just some review stuff. And let me just close. I'll just stop screen sharing here.
Thanks.
And
I,
okay,
I
so
typed in I typed in hand ranging exercises and I got actual hand ranging
oh,
exercises. I'll
well,
wait for your link.
yeah, that sounds good. I'll send you an email sometime this afternoon or on the weekend with a
Okay.
copy of this video and some notes and some resources and stuff like that for you to check out.
Sweet.
Um, so a few things right off the top. So 3-bet sizing.
Hmm.
So we're going to work on 3-bet sizing a bit. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the math and the ranges of 3-bets, people that respond to 3-bets, how people, their calling ranges, how position matters, stuff like that. And you're going to already know a bunch of this stuff, Matt. And part of my teaching philosophy is just making sure that we're on the same, like we have to agree to terms. We have to like get on the same foundation, and then you can build really high on a very secure foundation. And
Hmm.
so just at first, I'm probably going to throw some stuff at you that you're like, I already know this stuff, but it'll just to make sure that we're thinking about the same stuff as we go.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, so 3-bet sizing and probably open raise sizing. That's some kind of stuff that I think we can not spend too much time on and just give you some executable stuff that I think you'll be able to internalize easily and you'll see
Yeah.
some results. Uh, so we talked about sort of the accountability of having somebody watching. in the past we've talked about game tape and like recording yourself playing
Yeah.
and talking through the decision making process street by street. I'd do that for some of these.
Okay.
You did for a little bit, didn't you? You recorded a few
Yeah, well,
at the
back in the
beginning.
day, I was recording not for us talking, but I have recorded myself on Twitch streaming, and
Oh yeah, right.
I got a guy from France watch me one time, and he was like, "You called with deuces there?" I forgot what he said. He commented on my play, and I was
Huh.
like, but he was a cool guy though.
Yeah,
But it
that's
felt good to have
amazing.
a fan there,
I totally. So,
fun
but
watcher.
and it does. It makes you. It's different. It's different when someone's watching. But
Yeah,
so that'd be one thing. Use like OBS or some
I got
free.
OBS. Yep,
Yeah. So yeah,
I
OBS
like it.
and it's
I need
yeah,
to do it.
it's the
It's
best.
just like sometimes I'm playing up in my room and I connect it to my HDMI, my TV, and
Yep.
then like, but I don't have my. It's actually not an excuse. I can do it. Sometimes when I use OBS though, it has my machine running really hot,
Oh yeah.
my Mac, but it's not an issue though. It's still good. So I'll do that for. I just want to know which one to pick because like I don't want to just start recording and then I get out. But really, it doesn't matter
It
though.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Just have it
it doesn't
running,
matter.
and
Yeah.
then even if just like delete half of them, delete 90% of them. Like don't
Mhm.
even save them.
Yeah.
But get into the habit of recording them,
I will.
and it'll help you even if you never watch them again. Knowing that you're recording them is going to make you not make lazy errors. Not that I've
Yeah.
seen any lazy errors, but like
No.
and like impulse control. When I'm playing, I get distracted by something and I come back to the hand and I'm like, oh, I've got 7 big blinds, I shove. Right. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh wait, oh no, I was supposed to be waiting for this spot. And like, oh, why didn't I just use my time bank?
Mhm.
you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
But if
Wow.
I'm recording it, I'm more intentional about it and I like take it more seriously. And especially if I'm talking through my decisions
Oh,
because I want to be recording this and learning from it.
you're
You
holding
don't
yourself
make as many
accountable.
dumb decisions. You don't make
Yeah.
as many dumb
Because when you say it out
decisions.
loud, it sounds stupid.
Yes.
But then when you're just
Yes.
playing there, you're like, oh,
Yes.
I'm just gonna call him. Fuck it.
Yep. Yep. But
I'm just gonna float here, whatever. Like, but then if you're saying, yeah, you're right. You're saying it out loud. Every stupid thing that I can picture myself that I've done, when you just know it's stupid, I might not do it then because it sounds stupid. And
it
then you can rewatch it, like you said, and watch yourself be distracted. Like
like
I'm watching my video.
what if I told you like once a week you had to record your play for like one tournament and then
Yeah.
send me that video? Like you would not want to be making any stupid mistakes on that video,
No.
right? And so you would be making good decisions. You'd be talking
Yeah.
yourself through, you'd be saving yourself from errors.
I think
So
that'd be
game
fun to
tape,
watch too.
it would
Yeah.
be. And it's fun, honestly, dude, it's fun for like your buddies to review and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that too. Yeah, but even if you just save one every once in a while, delete the rest, you'll still have a record to review. You'll still go through the process, but mostly, especially if you're not multi-tabling, then you should really be getting the value out of focusing on one or two tables by
Yeah.
talking through your decisions and like respect yourself as a player, respect your skill edge by giving it everything it needs. Like your skill
Yes.
edge isn't doing you any good if you're not giving it a chance to express itself on the table. Um,
I just wrote that all down. Respect
yeah,
yourself as a player. Respect your skill edge. Give it what it needs. Feed
yeah,
it.
yeah. Feed it exactly.
Wow, that's great.
So game tape, game tape's going to help with that, and then I think that sizing and sizing and decision making accountability is going to make a lot of this like you're going to see fewer bust outs where you're pissed off afterwards because you feel like you made some stupid mistake. Now you're not going to see fewer bust outs where you just got unlucky because there's nothing you can do about that.
Happens
But
all the time.
but you're also if you make some sizes, if you change some sizes, um, if you lower your opening size, you're going to have more chips at the end of the tournament. So maybe that hand that busts you out actually leaves you with 5 big blinds and you can mount another spin up comeback, you know?
Yep.
I think if you change your 3-bet sizing a bit, you're going to find that people play with more predictable ranges. And so you're going to be able to hand range more effectively post flop. That's going to be a big edge for a thinking
Start
player
looking at
like
the notes
yourself.
too of the
Oh,
players that I
yeah.
have a lot on there.
Yeah, that for sure. And honestly, the next time we get together, we might want to just spend an hour just going through Poker Tracker and
Yeah.
looking at a few of the different ways you can get people's information drilled
I
down
think
on
that'd be good. I need
different
more
places
help
to look.
with Poker Tracker. I
Yeah.
need more help getting
So
into there.
did you back like when we started working together, I emailed you a couple links to some videos. Did you end up watching those videos or was it
Nope, I'll
just
have
too
to
busy
go
at the
back to
time?
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll send you, there's two in particular that I think would be helpful. I'll resend you the links as part of this follow-up.
Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, if you can resend them
I'll
because
resend them. I'll resend them.
we had that spam thing going on for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bit
yeah,
too.
yeah. No, I'll resend them. There's
Okay.
one where I do a poker tracker database review for a coaching client that'll help you sort of like see where to look inside. And then there's one where I just talk about HUDs and stuff like that. I'll send you those links. And I think that'll
Okay.
help too. And yeah. And then we're gonna build the schedule for you. So I'm
Yeah.
so excited about that. So
Me too.
well, thanks for joining me this week, folks, for another edition of the Rec Poker Podcast, Rec Room, with Matt and I. I really enjoyed my time with Matt, and I always enjoy sharing this stuff with you, Rec Poker Nation. So if you have any questions, you can always email me, jim@rec.poker. And just if you're interested in becoming a premium member, listen, it's $15 a month. We run so many different kind of training videos. We run seminars. We have interactive sessions and discussions. I run a study group every Saturday. Chris Jones runs two different learning formats over the course of the month. Rob Washam's in there leading the book study. Andrew Feist produces our Learning with Partners segments where we show clips of really premium training content from other websites around the world just for you as a premium member at rec.poker. So it's $15 a month, $15 a month. And if you use the code RecPoker at sign up, you even get your first month for only $5. So I know you can't go wrong with that. And if you'd like to be a premium member, some of the perks are you just get a chance to get behind the scenes, go down into the rec room with a member of the wrecking crew like we did today. So, like I said, reach out anytime. And of course, I'd like to thank Website AMP and Running Aces Hotel, Racetrack, and Casino, and Matt for joining me, and all of you for listening. Thanks so much, and have a great day.